We Talking About Radio, Homegrown Radio, Productions by Rob. What's up, DeAnna? So we got J.R. Jones in the building.
Yes, sir.
So since we talking about dates, where do you go on dates? What's your date protocol?
Man, it depends on the girl. So like you get different versions of JR. So like if you got the girl that's like you just trying to knock out right quick, or you're not really taking her serious, you ain't taking her to
You ain't taking her
nowhere. Not
like don't lie to you ain't taking her nowhere.
But wouldn't it be the opposite? Like, wouldn't you take her somewhere nice to like get the finesse game up, so then she think that you're nice, and then like you just flip it? That's how I would do if I was a guy. Like, I'm gonna take her to like.
No, that's a waste.
I'm gonna take her to like Lowry's or something.
Plus it's like
Lowry's,
there's that small chance you might not take her home. So like, what if you spend cash and you like you ain't taking her home? At least the one where you know, like y'all talking, is like you take her out, you working on something. If you don't get no play that night, maybe in a couple more dates, like you worked on something. So
I got like a 3-date minimum. I'm like, I can't spend no more money. I like you got to give up something.
How much is too much though?
Too
you
much.
got to give up something. That sounds a little rapey, but we're not. I'm not saying that. Never mind. I take it back.
After the third one, I'm gonna let you know. Like, listen, unless you're paying for the next day, we're gonna have to do one at the house.
But are you capping it at the amount, or are you capping it?
That's a brilliant one. Side note: you go to like Food for Less, y'all pick out some cheap stuff, and be like, hey, we gonna put something together.
You feel me? DiGiorno and Netflix.
DiGiorno and Netflix. That's a move with a little salad on the side.
You feel me? We get some of them Tyson wings.
Yep.
And get you some red hot.
You're talking about a lot of names. They don't give us sponsorship, so you need to just be saying wings.
Yeah.
Edit that out. Make sure y'all get that out.
Yeah.
No sponsorship.
So yeah, I mean, you can't just be spending all your money or just because like you don't even know if she worth it. How you know that she worth the $80?
But when you asked her on the date, that
don't mean she's worth $80.
Then why would you ask her? I feel like you shouldn't even really be asking anybody on a date that you don't mind spending your money on.
No, you want to know why we ask? Because we can't just be like, hey, yo, I want to fuck the brains out of you right now.
You don't do that.
I got to take you out.
Isn't there like chill things first? Like hangouts? Okay.
You just said if they ain't got the funds, you
that's
can't.
Me. That's the type of person I am. I'm sure there's plenty of girls that wouldn't mind just.
Like you just throwing it out there. You somebody you got to take out.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Me. But I'm saying there's plenty of others out there that will like gladly go somewhere that's free.
True. Depending on like first, I see if she's bad. If she's bad, then I'm like a chameleon. I gotta like figure out how she move. And then move in that direction and decide if I want to rock with her or not.
What if she's not bad? What if you just like the vibe that you're getting and you're like, dang, I really want to like take you out.
And
like,
she don't want to.
Say she's like a solid 5,
if she's a solid 5, then we're going straight to the crib. We're in the better fact. We're going to her crib. She's not coming to mine.
No. She's like a 5, but like her personality take her to like a 20.
What? No, ain't no personality like that.
If she's a 5 and her personality is a 20,
you don't.
If she's a 5 and her personality is a 20, she getting a high 5 20 times and sending her ass right back.
No, that's not true. Because there's plenty of guys that smack.
Hold on, you not smacking no 5s, bro?
Nah.
You ain't never smacked no 5s?
Nah.
I don't know, man.
I can't.
I don't know.
I mean, I gotta be really thirsty and it takes a lot for me to get
you telling me out of all
fresh out jail or something.
Well, you been in jail?
No. Thank God.
Listen, but I know some 5s out here that got some flight, boys. Top is crazy, nigga. Listen. Hey, well, she was lower than a 5 actually, but she getting married. I'm happy for her. She always wanted to get married. I wrote on her little Facebook. I don't even get on Facebook, but I seen it on Facebook, and I wrote finally.
Damn,
that was disrespectful.
That's a cold move,
what do you mean? I thought that was. I said finally, congratulations, and then prayer hands. Like, what's wrong with that?
Nah, that was for sure shady. You should have been like, oh, that's beautiful. Finally is like making her seem like a desperate bird.
I don't even comment nothing. I recently actually, this chick I used to mess with, she just got a dude, and I just like, I'm not no hater, so I'm like, I want to see her happy, so I just like put the love thing, like, you can like it or love it. I just loved it, and I'm like, I ain't even.
You can like it or love it on what?
On Facebook.
Oh dang, I know.
Oh yeah, you can see different kind of.
It was my first time on Facebook. Disclaimer in like a year because nobody use Facebook. So
man, I just tapped in to check on my
grandmas, mama, exactly.
Uncles and shit. They be on there big time.
Exactly.
Sending you all them chain letters. Stop.
Yeah, nah, you can't like. I don't want to make her feel like, damn, that one didn't work out. Like, nah, I just throw a little love at you. I ain't gonna comment though.
I would take it as shade either way though, but that's just me.
Why?
Why not? We can't move on. Like, we can't, like, move past.
Nah, any of my exes, I don't wish them nothing good.
Oh,
So-
let's go.
Oh,
Do
you're
they end
fucked up.
bad? Do they end bad? Is that why?
Nope,
Like,
just there's nothing better than me. So
I wish all
Okay.
my, well, matter of fact, all of my exes do better after me. Like,
all right. You wish them well after you, right?
no, like they do better after me because they were in my mentorship. You
Uh-huh.
feel me? And I'm just the nigga that gets them ready for the nigga that's gonna take them the rest of the way for the rest of their life. I
Like
have
that
no
practice song by Drake.
You feel me? I'm just the practice. Like I'm gonna get you right.
But
I'm gonna
dang.
change your life and then be like, here, go out there and
Well,
go.
see, when he says
marry
that,
a
then
nigga.
it makes sense why he comments when she
You
get
feel
married.
me?
Like, finally, I trained
feel-
your ass for years.
yes,
That's how
see,
he
you
feels.
understand. You understand.
That's how
yeah,
he
he
feels.
does.
That's not how I feel, but I get it though.
You shouldn't agree. You got ladies that's gonna see this.
Look, ladies, I love you.
He
I
said,
want
but
to
that's
love you.
Rob shit. That's all me.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all
This
me.
ain't- I just understand. You gotta be able to. I understand y'all the way I understand him. But
So-
yeah,
So let's talk about you. Tell the people that are listening a little bit about yourself.
I'm a weirdo, man. I'm not like most niggas out here doing this rap thing. A lot of people, the first thing they say is, "Where are you from?" They always want to know where you from. Like, I'm not really from nowhere. My parents split when I was like 12. I lived in Northern Cali. My daddy's family's from Oakland. My mama's family's from like a little town near Sacramento called Grayson. I got exposed to a lot of different cultures. So once they divorced, I lived in Missouri. I lived in Wisconsin, shouts Milwaukee, shouts St. Louis. Then I moved to Cleveland. Then my mama went to Philly, and I came back. Ended up in LA. So you can only imagine all the times I got to start all over. What is your name? You know what I mean? In school and stuff like that. But I had to learn how to make friends, learn how to be exposed to different cultures, black, white, Mexican, whatever it may be. And that kind of shaped my sound and shaped my music. I started making music when I was about 16. So I've just been going hard at it ever since. Like about 2 years ago. Well, hold on. I don't know. I'm kind of generalizing y'all answer. I don't know if y'all want me to like nail something more specific. I can keep going, but
I mean, you gave us a good day so far.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good little foundation.
So you said you've been rapping since 16.
yeah.
So was J.R. Jones always your rap name? What was the
He-
first one? There
Hell
we go.
no. Not even close. Like, not even close. I had to keep changing my name. I think because at 16, you don't really know who you are. You really don't know who you are as an artist. You know what I mean? You trying to... I wasn't an artist back then. I felt like I was just a kid rapping on a microphone with a SoundCloud link. Like, I wasn't really doing nothing. But, man, I went from... And my brother's right here recording. He'll tell y'all the whole thing. But my name changed so many times. It started out with Junior Rain. So I'm a junior, like my dad, whatever, is junior. He called me Junior all the time around the house. So immediately I was like, I want my name to be Junior. Then I was like, I need something else. It can't just be Junior. So I'm like, all right, Junior. And then I was like, Rain. Just throwing out hella random names. Changed it from art, like rain, like falling, to rain, like a king's reign. And then I was like, hold up, man, I want to be in this game for a minute. I don't want to be in it for 2 years. So I'm like, I don't want to be 35 and niggas calling me Junior. I'm like, that ain't the move. So I was like, you know what? Fuck Junior Rain. I'm going to be like JR. And I got actually the inspiration from Lil Wayne. At the time when I was around that 14, 13 age, I was listening to Wayne heavy. And he used to always call himself JR. He'd always go, JR, all that shit. So that's the dude I looked up to. So I immediately was like, oh, JR would make sense. If I don't like Junior, I'll do JR. And then I like Jay-Z. So I had it JAY and then R. And then I had Young as my last name. And I was like, hold on, I let go of this Young thing. You got Junior, then you got Young. I was like, nah, it don't feel like me. It sounds like an Asian dude.
Forever young.
Forever that ass. Nah, but so that didn't work out. I didn't like the Young, so I took out the. No, I didn't like the fact that people were calling me Jay. So I was like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. Everybody's calling me Jay because they see the J and then the R. They think the R is like a middle name. So I'm like, nah, I can't do that either. So I got rid of the J. Then it just was J.R. Young, J.R. Young. Then I was like, Young is not me. And then I was just like, Jones. And then my government name is Michael Jones. So I was like, can't be Mike Jones. So you know what? J.R. Jones. So it was pretty close. Like I'm Jones Jr. So put the Junior in front, put a little 2 dots in it. And I landed on J.R. Jones and sticking with it.
No more changing.
Hell
That's
no.
it.
No, never again. 2 years later, if y'all see this clip and my name's something else,
I ain't gonna fuck with you. Tell you right now, I'm gonna be off you. You doing too much, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I'll change it. I think everybody here in LA, nobody calls me Michael. Everybody calls me JR. Like it's been my identity and who I am, and then I feel like it's broad enough to kind of describe my artistry, and then also because I want to act and do other things in entertainment, it's professional enough to where, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not, I don't know, a little skip. starring Lil Skip in his major motion picture. Like it'll say J.R. Jones, and they'll know it's J.R. Jones, like the artist, and just that. So I think it fits me a little better. I ain't gonna change.
Okay, of all the places that you've lived, which place would you say has kind of helped you hone in on your artistry the most?
That's a hard question. I feel like if I had to,
or which inspired you?
The two that inspired me for sure would be Milwaukee. Like number one, Milwaukee, because that was the first time I'd ever lived in the hood. First time I'd ever lived in an all black community. Like the school was a culture shock for me because when I was in Northern California, it's largely Latino. So when I got to Milwaukee, I was like, hold on, like what the fuck? I've been around my family. Don't get me wrong, but like when I got to Milwaukee, it was an all black school. First day, like just seeing niggas act up was just a trip for me. Like the first day, I'm sitting in class. I ain't saying nothing. And for instance, like we sitting down, all the kids, the teacher's teaching, all the kids is just talking hella loud, and everybody got up. There was a fight in the hallway. While she's teaching, they get up and run into the hallway. I didn't know what the hell was going on, so I got up and ran with them to see what was going on in the hallway to fight. So it was just a big culture shock for me, but that place was the most dopest spot. That's where I learned my black culture, learned, that sauce that we got as black people, you know what I mean, like that. And
you weren't experiencing that in
Northern California. No, Grayson was like the first place. It's this really small city of like 3,000 people, and it's like a little Mexico. Mm-hmm. But that's why I know Spanish, and like because my grandpa and stuff like that. And that's basically all my friends was Mexican, and there was not one black. The only black person in that town was my daddy. Mm-hmm. So aside from that, like once I got to Milwaukee, that's why it was such a big thing. Like I had been around my cousins and shit growing up, but it wasn't like I had my partners, like my main hitters that I was around. It wasn't like there was black homes around me till I was about 12. Like that, from like 0 to 12, I was basically around Latinos. So then when I got to Milwaukee, that was a big thing. That was where I got introduced. This is like around 06, 05. So that's when Wayne really picked up. Wayne really got hot. So he was my favorite. He was my favorite artist at that time. Lil Boosie at that time was hot too. So Wayne and Boosie were like really popular in the school, and I got to learn them kind of artists and was exposed to it. And that's kind of why I first fell in love with rap on my own. Even though my parents was playing it at home, like that was where my daddy wasn't in my life at that time. He was locked up. So that was another reason why it was big. Then on like complete opposite side, so you got to think, when I came into Milwaukee, I was like culture shock, all these black folks. I was like, mama, I'm scared. Like, I don't want to be here. Real shit. Then I got comfortable. We were there for like 4 years. So on the third and fourth year, I'm comfortable. This was like, shit, this is what's up. My whole life growing up in a Mexican city, being the only black kid, you feel alienated. You feel like can't nobody relate to you. Nobody looks like me. I remember telling my mama, like, why is my skin black and yours is white and everybody else around me is white? Like, I didn't really get it. So when I got to Milwaukee, I felt like I fit in. I felt like people understood me. I felt like just like it was the place to be. So then my mom was like, hey, I got another job promotion. We moving again. Pack your shit. We going to Cleveland. Yeah. And Cleveland got black folks too. But the part that we was in, it was a little suburban city. Shout out Medina. But it was a suburban city, all white folks. So in that aspect, those two, Milwaukee and Wisconsin and Medina, both kind of exposed it. Because once I get to Medina, that's when Kanye's popping. That's when like pop in general, like hip hop's getting more mainstream at that time. And I'm exposed to things like hey there Delilah, like it don't get no wider than Medina. So like the contrast of the two, that was really big. But then on the Latin side, because I make music in Spanish, like growing up in that Mexican city and hearing the cumbias and hearing reggaeton and hearing all that kind of stuff, like banda music, that's all that comes together when you think of me as an artist. And when it comes to my creativity, you definitely hear it all throughout my music. That's why one song that's why I don't have a whole album that just sounds like one song. Like my whole album sounds like a fucking, you know what I mean? You can't keep up because it's a whole lot of different stuff that I'm throwing at you. But like I always say to my fans and people that follow me, like I'm always gonna give you something new, something that you don't expect, so that you always, stay on your toes and get my full artistry and who I am. It's just an expression of who I am. Like now that I tell y'all that, if y'all go down my album, y'all be like, okay, that's why he's got a sound that sound like this and like this and like this and so on and so forth.
So you said that you were afraid when you were in the all black school.
Yeah.
Wow.
At first,
yeah,
you gotta
like,
think.
Okay,
Just like that
it's
first,
like a culture shock, but
yeah,
it's like
because
you were like my skin, I'm the only one that's black here, and I'm yelling it.
Because you got to think.
What you said.
We understand.
You feel me? What you said. And then you get to the black school and you're like, oh, shit. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. But it's like, you should be like, nigga, I'm with my people. I'm here.
Right. At first.
We've arrived.
At first, when I got there, I don't know. I think it was that fight. That first instance where it's like, I was so used to that time in my life, like so used to order, so used to like just regular order. It was a trip to see some so simple as, you know, when you get in the class, you sit down, you listen to the teacher, whatever she say, go, and like that's it. So for one of the first things for me to see to be like
some unruly black kids,
yeah, a lot of them where they don't even care and everybody's in the hallway and just all this shit is going on, like all this madness around me. I was just shook like that first day. It probably took me like a month, 2 months to settle into it. At the same time, like not being around kids and friends and shit like that were black. Was a trip too. But then once I got the lingo, I like settled in.
What was
and
the
got
lingo? What did you not know?
A lot of everything. Like that's a hard question, but like how to walk, how to talk, what's tight, what's not tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you wearing? What do you like? The way you do your hair, just black culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had to be introduced all over again to black culture, and I think that whole process was like enlightening, but it was important.
Do you think a lot of kids that are biracial suffer that, but don't? Because you're very vocal about it, but I feel like I've never really heard someone speak so much about it. But do you think? Would you say this is something that most of them go through, but just don't, or would feel embarrassed to talk about it?
I do. I don't think it's like a huge issue, but I do think it's something interesting to look light into, to be like, you never would think that somebody would deal with those kind of identity issues. And I think that's the main thing. Like, for instance, my first year in college, I went to Northridge, so south of CSUN. But
a lot of people been going to Northridge.
Northridge is dope, bro. Shouts to Northridge.
My sister went there. She graduated from there.
Hey, that's black excellence. So when I went to Northridge, this chick that I met, she was a little baddie, but she was just like me, half black, half Mexican. And when I met her, we connected on that basis, and she was speaking Spanish to me, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. She knows Spanish too. And but she like hated her blackness, and it fucked me up, because I'm like, how do you not, like, this is the shit, bro, like this is what's in, like this is what it's about. And well, both cultures, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, how are you not gonna love one or the other? And it was just kind of a trip to see, like, her experience was, because she hadn't been, her daddy left her life, her dad was black, left her life, so she had been with the Spanish side of her family, so she wanted nothing to do with her blackness and nothing, and I'm pretty sure she still like that to this day. So I think it's something that people go through, especially, like, think of half black, half white, your mama white and your daddy black. Well, on one side, you trying to be down with them, on the other side, you trying to be down with them. It's like, it's definitely an identity type of issue where you got to figure out. That's why you see a lot of light-skinned dudes running around trying to be super black, because they want to attach themselves to something. It's like an identity issue. Like, some of the wildest niggas you know is half white. You know what I'm saying? Like Malcolm X, half white. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. I might be wrong.
My nigga E in the back, he's pretty wild. He's not half white. He's just light-skinned.
He travels a lot, though. He's a baller.
Yeah?
No.
That's what we think.
You got a mystery life?
He's a vegan.
Vegan?
No, not him.
Oh, somebody.
He don't go nowhere.
He's not light skinned.
That's our. That's our.
Oh, you talking about?
Yeah.
He gone already? How you supposed? I don't know.
You see, he's just leaving.
Travels
You feel
that
me?
much.
That's our registered foreigner right there. You feel me? Got
okay.
to meet the quota.
Meeting the squad, man.
You feel me?
So how would you describe your personal style? Like, looking at your Instagram is pretty eclectic, but after you kind of just said all the places that you've been, it makes sense. But how would you describe it?
He got a neck brace on and shit.
That's not a neck brace. That's a turtleneck.
Yo, that what's funny about that is I'm the most
sleeves.
I'm the
It's
most
a
random.
sleeveless
He's talking
turtleneck.
about the Nova cover, by the way. And I think it's hilarious. Like, people should point out some of the shit I do, because it's fucking hilarious. Like,
But it's not a turtleneck?
it's definitely not a turtleneck.
I
Oh,
told
man.
you.
Is it a neck warmer?
I'm a creative, so like when it I'm a creative, so when it comes to
That's crazy.
when it comes to when I did that, I was just like, let me just be creative and just go walk down the block, find a cool little spot, and put something together. Everything y'all done seen is me putting shit together, coming up with it on the spot.
You're like a thrifter?
Yes,
That's good, me
like
too.
to the core. So like in that situation, I believe there's a video I got called Bad Motherfucker where I had dancers, painted them all tribal. They all got feathers on them and shit like that. I went to the Goodwill. I knew I wanted them to look hella tribal, so I went to Goodwill, looked for like fur, and female coats have fur. Bought a couple of them, took them home, cut them up. Then I You wouldn't. Nobody would ever know it came from a woman's.
Did you take a picture in the first
coat? In a woman's coat?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
I see a fur. Yeah.
Oh.
See, I'm just saying.
It's a little genuine-esque.
I took that from my sister. Shouts Monique. I was like, you know what? Give me that. Put that on right quick. That's not mine though. But yeah, when I was in the when I did that, so basically I found the scraps from that thing and I just tied it around my neck. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do some weird shit. Just threw it out there. Like there's a video called "See Me Lose" where like the song is hard, the video is dope, but I'm literally sitting in a grocery cart the whole video, and like I was waiting. Like I kind of threw it out there, kind of like a little bit as a joke. But I'm like, yo, I'm rapping hella hard, and I'm in a grocery cart, and nobody's saying like, bruh, this dude's in a grocery cart. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, like that's why I think it's funny when people are like, does this nigga have fur around his neck? It's like it's hilarious.
Because where did it come from though? What is it?
It came from the jacket.
Oh, so it's just like a piece of the jacket around your neck.
I got this big bag at home full of just hella material and hella shit that I've collected over the span of me doing videos and putting together like unique outfits. So I like to rip shit, as you can see, like a rip, just do a bunch of random shit just to express and be creative and stuff. So I went in that bag before we did the shoot and I was like, I don't want to just go out there with just a vest and like anybody can do that. Let me do a little something a little different. Did it and it just came out cool. Thought it was dope.
One day you gonna make shoes and I want a free pair.
I got you. I'll send them here. I for sure want to do that.
I don't know if you can send them here. We may be in a higher place by then.
Oh yeah, for sure we'll be in a higher place. I'm gonna put that in the air.
You feel me? Just like I put the shoes in the air, we gotta put that in the air too.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do fashion, everything, man. I love art in all kinds of areas. Like I direct my videos and I cut my videos. I do my graphic design. Like the cover that y'all talking about, I designed that cover. Like I'm very in love with just art in general, and music is just the best way for me to express it. But yeah, of course, fashion, film, everything.
Are you easy to collaborate with? Because most creatives that can flourish in so many areas aren't, and that's just flat out.
I would say
no. You gotta think about it. That's a no. Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't. It depends on the people. I've worked with some people that are really dope. Mm-hmm. I just think that when you're like me, the problem is that I've been like successful with what I've done, or like my shit comes out tight, and that's bad for my psyche in a sense. Where like when I'm working with another creative, I might get that like, just trust me. Just yeah, exactly. Debo the whole creative process and be like, just trust me. Let me take us home and we'll get there. Versus wrestling with somebody. It kind of sometimes with me, what it feels like in the creative process is like you're not letting me be great creatively, so I'll just dim it down my greatness in the art realm, and you just do what you do, and I'll sprinkle my little, you know what I mean?
Your sauce.
Yeah, just give you a little something as opposed to.
So you talk about Wayne a little bit. Who else inspires you? Like what other artists?
One that's really been resonating on my mind lately is yeah, an artist that's really inspired me lately is Andre 3000.
3000.
Yeah, 3000. Musically, I love Kanye. Can't say that he hasn't been there. But when you think of just Andre 3000 and Kanye, those two guys, as far as how creative they've been able to be, outside of them, my man's right there, Tupac. He's on the wall for everybody listening. But yeah, Tupac. I'm like looking around the room to see if I see anybody else. But yeah, no, Tupac, Lauryn Hill. Man, there's so many artists, man. Let me think. No, those are my top. Those are my top guys.
So with Kanye back in Chicago now, what do you think is gonna come from that? He's back in Chicago. Kim's talking about she's not gonna stay in Chicago.
She's weak for that. Where your husband goes, you go.
Hey, man, he about to smack all them Chicago honeys.
You think so?
Hey, I hope so. Listen, if my woman just said I'm not moving with you, yeah, all right. I need action. I need weekly action.
I see how long he's staying in Chicago. I don't think he's gonna be out there too long.
I think just until he finished the project, until he finishes Yandi.
But the good thing is, I think it's good for his image. We all know how his last little marketing campaign went for Ye. So I think that it's a good move to go.
Aren't we beyond gimmicks as a culture?
Hell no.
I'm beyond it as a culture. Hell no.
We love a good gimmick.
You don't think highly of us?
At all. That's the problem.
We eat gimmicks up like it's
not
nothing.
Me. I'm not.
Niggas be thinking too highly.
I'm not gimmickable.
What sucks about gimmicks is that they work. You wish they didn't work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But they work really good. That's why niggas be coming out with
Tiger.
Crazy hair. What happened?
What gimmick did he have?
His songs. They all sound the song. Taste and the Swish, same song. He came out with a new one. I was like, you went to the well one too many times, bro.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. So would y'all prefer an artist to be like a Tiger and you know what you're going to get every time? Or would you prefer an artist to have like color and different kinds of types of songs? Like, would you like to hear a love record from
Tiger?
From Tiger? No strong bass? No?
Never.
Why not?
Because I'm not interested in his love life, so I don't really want to hear it.
Is it because of what he's already done?
No, I wasn't. I was never interested. I wasn't interested when he was with Black China. I was interested.
What would you want him to do then?
I would prefer for him to just sit down. Honestly.
Just stop making music?
Damn.
Okay.
I was never a fan from when he had that put the lime in the coconut and twisted all. He didn't do nothing. I
like lime in the coconut.
Yeah, no, it wasn't it for me.
No, wasn't it?
It was decent. I like that. It. He's had a couple joints over his career. What I will say, and he got a couple love joints that I fuck with, like from back in the day.
Can you name them?
Oh fuck!
Because they have Chris Brown on them, then that doesn't count.
Remember, it had that one nigga. He had a white dude on it.
Make It Nasty is not a love song,
and it is for her. It is for Sade. Y'all hear that, fellas? Make It Nasty is love.
Through an event. Shout out MSMLA Media. Shout out MSMLA Media.
We're making nasty. We're making nasty is a record.
Make It Nasty. Drop it on the.
So
no, it's funny.
But I mean, answer your question. If Ty, as long as it sounds good, I don't really give a fuck who's it from, but it gotta sound good.
Right.
If it don't sound good, then I don't want it. Like,
cool.
Except like Jay-Z, he's never made a bad song. Everybody else.
Whoa. I think that Kingdom Come album was pretty trash.
No, it wasn't trash. It was just it wasn't top shelf hold. That was bottom.
That's what you're saying. You saying like he doesn't.
That was bottom. That was bottom shelf. But there's a lot of niggas who can't. There's a large majority of niggas that still like their best shit can't top Kingdom Come.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so it's like the floor, his floor, like, see, our floor is up here, and then like them other niggas' floor is like downstairs when we walk down the stairs. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, get on with it. Get to the
why
point.
You being a hater?
Because you're not gonna speak so highly of such a trash album. Answer the man's question.
I did answer the question.
All right, so me in particular, because I'm a little bit more up here, I don't support people that I don't agree with politically or ethically. So I'm not even going to add it to my phone because I'm not about to give you my $1.99 per stream if I don't like you. So yeah.
So ethically, you don't. Is that why you don't rock with Tiger? Because
no, I don't like him as an artist. But it's like once I start to like look into an artist, like if I start to see like more things that I like, and as soon as I find out something I don't like, Sabrina Claudio, like I was in love with her, and then that happened, and I was like, "Ooh, girl,
shit,
sorry, delete."
I no comment.
That's tricky because it's like it's plenty of people in like your real life that do fucked up shit. Yeah, so it's like I can't. I don't know them niggas. So it's like I just take niggas for what they like. I'm just here for the music, bro.
Right.
As long as you not.
He's saying that because he probably still listens to R. Kelly every night.
I do.
That's what that is. It's the guilt. It's the guilt of R. Kelly.
It's not. It's just like what am I supposed to do? Like all of us, you really trying to tell me all of a sudden step into love, name of love, come on, and that shit ain't
wedding,
that shit don't rock.
Any other time it's not necessary.
So you rock with Michael Jackson?
I mean, this is just me being honest. No, I'm about to be real. No. So Michael Jackson was in my era, so if it's played at like a family function, like we're gonna listen to it, but he's not what I go to.
I don't be thinking nothing about them kids when I wanna rock with you. When that shit come on, I don't be thinking
this guy
nothing.
Has no morals. If you haven't found this out already,
about them kids.
I don't think nothing about them kids, boy. Like, hey, listen. Just like, but I'm just saying, bro, like, I can't, like, if you, because my thing is, if you get connected like that, like, to where it's like, oh, I don't like that nigga's music because he's doing this, and this in his personal time, then eventually, we're not going to be able to listen to nobody.
True. That is true.
We're not going to be able to listen to nobody. We're not going to be able to watch nothing. Everything's going to be bad. And if we play that slippery slope now, then eventually in 10 years, they're going to be like, yeah, so this is banned, this is banned, this is banned, this is banned.
I agree.
So I'm like, fuck that.
That's why you have artists like The Weeknd that don't say nothing. Like,
I would rather that. I'd rather you keep your personal life. I would rather artists really not even post anything on social media aside from artistry, so that way we don't get it confused. But I feel like when you decide to become an artist, you allow your public life to be displayed as long.
He do make songs.
I see it on both sides.
His love
I feel like
for cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I'm just saying.
That is true. But I feel like if you're gonna be quiet, be quiet. And I feel like if you're gonna make noise, make positive.
But don't
noise.
be all dumb, mysterious like that girl. Her with like hiding behind the glasses and stuff. Like I don't like stuff like that.
Hey, she looks pretty bad behind them glasses.
She is, but I don't like how mysterious she's trying to be. Like, because at this point, it's kind of annoying.
I take it.
I was asking y'all that question because, like, I feel like with me, especially starting out, and as I keep developing into my sound, I personally am holding on to this belief that if I just stay true to myself and make music that I just truly believe is good and that resonates with me, I can make a discography that fulfills like a big spectrum of different kinds of music, as opposed to being a type of artist that, like, if you love a love song that I wrote that was from me to my ex, and I just make that same song in 10 different ways, and that's all you ever hear from me, like, as opposed to being an artist like that, I really want to pride myself on being able to express myself as an artist in all the ways that I've like lived and developed into, because that's one of the first things you hear, like, when you're trying to come out as an artist, or when you're trying to find representation, or you're speaking to labels or A&Rs. They'll tell you straight up, like, nah, we're not rocking with you because you two over here. Like, pick something and stay in that vein and make that over and over again, so we can shop that product. But whereas me, like, I'm trying to sell me as a brand, like me as a person, as a brand, and like, you're not going to get tracks like Bad Motherfucker where I'm speaking English and Spanish and it's like a tribal dancing vibe. You're not going to get that if I'm not half black, half Mexican. And you're not going to get a song where let's say what was that what happened? You're not going to get a song like Promises where it's like, where I'm speaking about depression and I'm speaking about things that I went through. If I hadn't gone through those things, they're both expressions of who I am. I should be able to make a song that makes you move and make a song that makes you feel something at the same time. So that's just my opinion. That's why I was asking y'all. So it's good that y'all answered that you would like variety.
I think being authentic, though, is what's going to make people resonate with you, and it's going to be whether they like it long term or not. But it's like people are going to feel that. So I think you're in the right direction.
Okay, thank you.
I wouldn't want an artist either where I consistently feel like everything's the same. I would rather feel like I'm growing with them rather than, like, you know, just being stagnant. Because, like, what if I'm depressed at this point, but then I'm in love, like, next year? So it's like I want all that to go with me. I don't want to be like still sad and in the corner.
I feel you wanted to go with you.
What? I ain't saying nothing. Maybe next week. It may not be next year. Next week.
I don't know.
It's true.
The way life is going these days. This is a side conversation going on.
I see that. It looks like this is some in the past which I need to iron out.
No, we're good. Who wasn't?
Not me.
Not me either. My life is copacetic. I'm cruising. What about you?
I'm great. Mm-hmm. I'm great. I'm tired, but I'm great. Where I'm at right now in life is kind of like, I'm okay with not having a life, because I told you all the things that I'm doing with, like, if you think of the album and how long it takes to do it, like, you got to produce it, then you got to write it, then you got to record it, then you got to mix it. I'm doing all that stuff. So from top down, like, not really seeking any help, takes a lot of time. So my life is literally like, wake up and do that, go to sleep. Maybe my back was hurt. I work out a lot, so I'm trying to get back into the gym. If this injury's cool, but
he's trying to get in the gym too.
Not trying. I'm in the gym. You feel me?
He be in the gym.
Yeah, man.
Supposedly.
He's sore from all them gains, bruh. See that?
It's coming in.
Yeah, man. I love that part of it. But yeah, that's just where I'm at. But I'm very happy in what I'm doing. Like today we're talking about Nova. Like, Nova dropped. That was my second album. That has 20 songs on it. The first album, Jones Show, had 20 songs on it. October 11th, my new album, Me vs. Myself, is dropping. That's got 20 songs on it, and I'm already working on the next one to drop after that guy. So I'm just trying to outwork everybody out here. At the same time, put out a shit ton of visuals and a bunch of content that people can enjoy. So, yeah, man, just working a lot.
Where did you come up with the name Nova?
I was looking for something at that time. I was coming out of depression. So, like, the Jones Show, I was depressed, and when I was making that album, then after it's like this period. Let me kind of start from the beginning. When you're depressed, you kind of feel like you're just at the very bottom. You feel like, shit, I don't even want to wake up, I don't want to leave, I don't want to do nothing, I'm heartbroken, I don't want to do anything. So when you're there, you get to notice when you're so close to the floor, you get to see things like your mama calls you twice a week and you never realized, or, you know, your dad sends you special gifts, or you're grateful for the things around you is what I'm trying to say. You're grateful for more things. Your eyes are open. So when I got to a certain point, when I was making Nova, it was kind of like the storm had settled as far as like depression is concerned, and it was like, okay, now I've become a better person because of the depression. But I'm changing, and I feel this change happening to me. So it was a weird time between, like, right now I feel like I'm good. I'm like at homeostasis. I'm where I need to be. But like in that Nova moment, it was like this weird moment between being normal and being depressed. Like the depression's over, but it's still like, you know what I mean? You feel sometimes. It. Yeah, absolutely. So I looked up something that meant transformation, something that meant that I could find meaning for, to describe how I felt. And Nova means butterfly in a Native American language called Hopi. And butterflies symbolizes faith to me, hope, transformation. And I was like, that's everything that I needed in that moment. So plus it sounded dope. So when all together artistically, it just kind of made sense for me to do.
What do you think it is about our generation right now that's struggling so much with like anxiety and depression? And I'm happy that you speak so openly about it. But what is it that we're going through right now that's causing it? Because it's very much more prominent than what it used to be, or it could have been more prominent than they just didn't speak about it. But what do you think is going on right now?
I feel like our generation, for one, we have social media. Mm-hmm. So social media, I feel like, just puts you on broadcast and broadcast what you're doing and what you're going through. So I think it's more evident now. I think that we're in it's our generation. Like we're in a microwave generation, a very quick, instant gratification type of generation. And we're almost spoiled too. And I feel like having too much makes it easier for you to fall when you fall, if that kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know, it's pretty bad though. I do feel like it's growing. But when you think of things like social media, I think it paints an image like social comparison is very high, and you want to be like what you see. These people are painting these images of when they're on vacation, not when they're arguing on vacation. Only the sunset, not the argument that they just had right before he was able to take that picture. And I think that the fake illusion that everything is great and everything is good makes people feel like they need to be better than they are. So I think that leads to higher anxiety rates all throughout our stuff, and especially with kids. So if you got kids trying to be better and be cool and shit like that, you got little kids looking up to people that they shouldn't be looking up to and feeling like they're not enough.
What advice would you give? Because obviously you're in a better place now. Mm-hmm. What would you say to someone to either help them get through it, or even just like some words of encouragement for being in it?
It's dope. I got the chills just thinking about it too. I feel like the number one thing I would say is the number one thing I would say to somebody going through depression, anxiety, anything deep is, and I know you won't want to hear this, but time. It's gonna take time. I was a psychology major. In psychology, we learned that however long the trauma was, or however long, like for instance, if you were in a relationship for 2 years, you're most likely going to be suffering from depression for a year. So give yourself time. You don't have to, it's not going to be a quick fix type of situation. You're a complex human being. It's going to take you time and effort and constant effort to become better. But look at your depression, look at your problems, whatever you're going through, as an opportunity to be better and become better and sculpt yourself into something better. And it's not always going to be easy. You're going to be, a lot of times you're going to feel like you can't do it, or like, you know what I mean, the world's falling. But just know, let me be the proof of what I'm saying. Just know that as long as you just keep getting up, and it's similar to going to the gym. When you don't want to go to the gym, but you get in that motherfucker anyway, just, even though it's dreadful to go to the gym, even though it's dreadful to do those exercises, to go seek therapy, or to go do any kind of exercises, meditation or exercise, anything that you need to do, whatever that workout is, just trust that you're gonna get the result that you want, and you're gonna be grateful that you didn't give up on yourself in the very end.
So like before the year is out, what do you have to accomplish?
I gotta make it. I gotta.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay.
This year, that's my goal. I've really busted my ass hard. I haven't asked anybody for any handouts. My goal is, and it's not about a label, it's not about it's just about reaching people. I do everything that I do to reach people and to service people, to help people, to just make people feel. So the main thing is, like, I'm not making it for myself. I want it to be heard, and we're doing it right now. It's working. Things are going great. I just need it to be at a higher level. That's where there's a certain level that I want to be at by the end of the year.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, before we get out of here, you got any shout outs, anything we need to look out for?
The new album, man, I wish, like, y'all don't know what's coming. I'm really, really excited. This new album that's coming, It's me versus myself, basically describing the battles that I go through within myself. Like I was speaking to you guys earlier about having I fight myself. I would fight myself sometimes about, do I just want to be a rapper but I can sing, or do I want to produce, or do I want to let other people do my beats? So I said, fuck all that. I'm gonna just fight myself and do everything that my brain says. So Me vs. Myself is a 20-track album that's 10 tracks rap based and 10 tracks singing based, but you kind of get a mesh of it throughout the whole thing. But it's a beautiful project. It's my best work thus far. Nova is still out right now. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting me and been supporting Nova and everything that we've been doing. Shout out to MSM LA Media and Sade and everything she's been doing for me. Shout out to you guys for having me. Thank you guys. I'm very grateful. Shout out to God, man. God's great.
All right, DeAnna.
Yeah, I appreciate how open you were.
Thank you. I think as an artist, I feel like if you're not open, and it's like, what you doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So thank you.
Last, you got shout outs?
I want to praise the Lord too, since he was like leaning with the Lord. He's great. Amen.
We down with all that God shit.
That's not how you talk to the Lord. Say it again.
He said,
without the cuss word. Close your eyes.
He takes you as you are.
But that don't mean you gotta not have reverence. What the deal is. Say it again.
He know what the deal is.
He know what the deal is.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I'm down with that God shit. You know?
Yeah.
Hey.
Shout out to my boy, man.
Looking out for the kid.
Yeah, that's my boy.
The Lord his boy.
That's the homie too.
That's the first homie.
Oh my goodness.
You feel me?
The biggest homie you can have.
That's it. Yeah, you feel me? The realest homie.
At least we're giving him a shout out.
You feel me? Shoot. You trying to tell me not to say shout out to the guy shit. God turned water into wine, man.
Just don't cuss when
God
you say
was with the shits.
God was that nigga. I ain't
He's
gonna
that guy that spells God with the lowercase
God was
G.
that
I
nigga.
hate them.
Nah, I put respect on it because I want my respect when they write my name. Because you feel me?
Walk on water.
It's like it's God, then it's me. So I want my respect. You know what I'm saying?
God made himself an image of man. So.
You feel me?
Close this out, man.
He made in the image of me.
Close this out.
That being said, make sure y'all check us out on all streaming platforms for podcasts. That means iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. All What We Talking About Radio podcast. Follow us on Twitter, WWTV Radio. Follow us on Instagram, What We Talking About Radio. I am Productions by Rob. Make sure y'all tap in with us. Till next time. Thank y'all.